They were born in the same house, raised on the same streets, but destined to set the rugby world ablaze in two very different ways. One, a storm of power and precision. The other, a heartbeat of resilience and leadership. Together, they forged a legacy that transcended the sport. This is the story of two brothers. Two warriors. One name that echoes through rugby history. The Saveas. Welcome back to Skylight Waves, where greatness is reborn through the stories that move the world. Before the world knew the Savea name, there was a young man named Julian, whose power on the field turned defenders into memories. From Wellington streets to the global stage, Julian became the boss, unstoppable, unforgettable, unmatched. His story was one of dominance, but also of redemption. Through highs and heartbreaks, he became a symbol of what happens when raw talent meets fierce determination. Julian Savea was born on August 7, 1990 in Wellington, New Zealand. Raised in a sporting family, he quickly found his way into rugby fields across the city. Blessed with raw power, blistering speed, and natural athleticism, Savea stood out from the very beginning. By the time he was representing New Zealand at the Junior World Championship in 2010, the world had already taken notice. His 8 tries in that tournament earned him the IRB Junior Player of the Year award, marking him as the next big thing in New Zealand rugby. Domestic career. Hurricanes. Savea made his Super Rugby debut for the Hurricanes in 2011 and quickly became a fixture on the wing. His breakout 2012 season earned him an All Blacks call-up, and he went on to score 50 tries in 116 appearances, making him one of the franchise's greatest finishers. Though his form dipped in 2016 to 2017, leading to spells on the bench, Savea remained a crowd favorite. His Hurricanes career concluded in 2018 after a semi-final defeat to the Crusaders, before he signed with Toulon in France. Wellington Lions. Savea debuted for Wellington in 2010, scoring 8 tries in his first IDM Cup season. In 2017, after falling out of All Blacks contention, he returned to play for the Lions and even captained the team in Brad Shields' absence. Moana Pacifica. In 2023, Savea signed with Moana Pacifica, bringing experience and finishing power to the young Super Rugby franchise. All Blacks legacy. If his domestic career was special, his All Blacks career was unforgettable. On June 9, 2012, Savea made his Test debut against Ireland at Eden Park. What happened? A hat-trick. 3 tries on debut. The rugby world stood up and took notice. Savea became a regular starter, striking fear into defenses with every touch. His peak came at the 2015 Rugby World Cup. 8 tries. 2 hat-tricks. A quarter-final performance against France that drew immediate comparisons to Jonah Lomu. The All Blacks went on to lift the trophy, and Savea was a hero of the campaign. By the end of his international career, he had 46 tries in 54 tests, a strike rate among the best in rugby history. But after 2015, the struggles returned. Form wavered. Younger stars like Rico Ione rose. By 2017, Savea lost his All Blacks jersey, his last test coming against the British and Irish Lions. Honours and achievements. Julian Savea's career has been decorated with team triumphs and personal accolades that underline just how explosive and influential he was in his prime. Rugby World Cup winner, 2015. At the peak of his powers, Savea was unstoppable at the 2015 Rugby World Cup. He scored 8 tries in the tournament, including a jaw-dropping hat-trick in the quarter-final against France, a performance instantly compared to Jonah Lomu's legendary demolition of England in 1995. That World Cup cemented his status as one of the deadliest finishers in rugby history. Super Rugby Champion, 2016. With Hurricanes. After years of near misses, Savea finally helped deliver Super Rugby glory to the Hurricanes in 2016. His tries, leadership, and ability to step up in big games played a key role in securing the franchise's first-ever Super Rugby title. Rugby Championship titles, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2016. Savea was an integral part of the All Blacks side that dominated World Rugby in the early to mid-2010s. Four Rugby Championship victories in 5 years showcased not only New Zealand's dominance but also Savea's consistency against the very best in the Southern Hemisphere. IRB Junior Player of the Year, 2010. Before he even wore the black jersey, Savea was making waves. His 8-try haul at the 2010 Junior World Championship earned him the title of the world's best young player, a prophecy of the superstar he was about to become. World Rugby Try of the Year, 2015. In that same unforgettable World Cup run, Savea bulldozed through 5 French defenders in the quarterfinal to score one of the most iconic tries of his career. That moment didn't just light up the tournament, it earned him the prestigious Try of the Year award. World Rugby Player of the Year nominee, 2014, 2015. Back-to-back nominations for the sport's highest individual honor reflected his place among the very best in the world. In those years, Savea wasn't just a winger, he was a global rugby superstar, feared by defenses everywhere. Personal life. Off the pitch, Savea's journey has had its challenges too. In 2013, he faced legal troubles over a domestic incident, but after completing police diversion, the charges were withdrawn. The moment served as a turning point. In 2015, he married his longtime partner Fatima, and in 2017, they welcomed their daughter, Jude. Family became his anchor through the ups and downs of his career. A family of rugby royalty. For Julian, rugby wasn't just an individual pursuit, it was a family legacy. His younger brother, Ardie Savea, followed in his footsteps, rising through the Hurricanes and All Blacks to become one of the world's most complete and respected players. Where Julian was raw finishing power, Ardie became known for his tireless work rate, leadership, and versatility in the forwards. Both brothers carried the Savea name onto the global stage. Julian lit up the 2015 World Cup, while Ardie went on to captain the All Blacks and win World Rugby Player of the Year. Together, they represent one of the greatest sibling stories in rugby history, a testament to family pride, shared sacrifice, and the power of legacy. Untold fun facts about Julian Savea that even his own die-hard fans may not know. The Bus nickname. He earned it because defenders simply couldn't stop him, they either got run over or left behind. The Jonah Lomu comparisons. After his World Cup hat-trick versus France, many hailed him as the closest thing the game had seen to Jonah Lomu. Faster than he looks. Despite weighing over 100 kilograms, Savea clocked sprint times to rival track athletes. A terrifying mix of size and speed. Almost walked away. Before superstardom, he faced struggles and nearly left rugby behind. But resilience and love for the game kept him going. Creative side. Off the pitch, Savea has explored art and fashion, revealing a side of him fans rarely see. Julian Savea's story isn't just about tries and trophies. It's about resilience. About fighting back when the spotlight fades. About carrying the weight of being compared to Jonah Lomu, and still carving out his own legacy. He may no longer wear the black jersey, but every time he steps onto the field, the bus reminds us of the unstoppable force he once was, and the pride he still brings to rugby fans across the world. But while Julian was conquering the world, another Savea was quietly preparing to write his own chapter. In the shadows of his brother's greatness, Ardie watched, learned, and waited. Where Julian inspired with raw force, Ardie would inspire with relentless heart. One led by impact. The other, by example. Two journeys, one destiny. Because for the Savea brothers, greatness was never a competition. It was a calling. Ardie Savea, a force of nature with the soul of a leader. His story wasn't written in his brother's shadow, it was carved through his own courage. From his breakout with the Hurricanes to leading the All Blacks, Ardie became more than a player, he became a movement. A voice for faith, for family, and for the next generation. From Wellington's backyards to being crowned the best player on the planet, this is the untamed rise of rugby's unstoppable force. Ardie Savea, born October 14, 1993, is a powerhouse in world rugby. A dynamic number 8 or flanker, he stars for Moana Pacifica in Super Rugby and Wellington in the Bunnings NPC. In 2023, after years of climbing the ranks and silencing doubters, he was crowned the World Rugby Player of the Year. Early life and background. Of Samoan heritage, Ardie Savea grew up in Wellington, New Zealand. He attended Rongotai College, where he captained the first 15 rugby team and served as head prefect in his final year. Originally playing as an outside centre, his raw athleticism and intelligence made him a natural fit for the forward pack as he transitioned to professional rugby. Untold and lesser-known fun facts about Ardie Savea that even some of his biggest fans may not know. First ever All Blacks apprentice. Ardie Savea made history in 2013 by becoming the first non-playing apprentice ever selected for the All Blacks. He travelled with the team to learn the culture before even earning his debut. From backline to beast mode. Believe it or not, Ardie played as an outside centre during high school before transitioning to flanker and number 8 in the professional ranks. Brotherly history. Ardie and his older brother Julian Savea became the first brothers to score tries in the same test match for the All Blacks, against South Africa in 2016. High school leader. At Rongotai College, Ardie wasn't just a rugby talent. He was also head prefect and captain of the first 15, proving his leadership both on and off the pitch. Mental health advocate. Off the field, Ardie is a vocal advocate for mental health awareness, speaking openly about vulnerability and emotional well-being in sport. Fashion forward. Ardie and his wife Saskia co-own a streetwear clothing brand called Ardie Savea, blending rugby culture with fashion and identity. Podcast host. He recently launched a podcast to share stories, explore mindset, and give fans a deeper look into his life beyond rugby. All Blacks Iron Man. During the All Blacks 2019 World Cup warm-up games, Savea played full minutes in all 4 tests, showcasing elite fitness and stamina. Player's player. Bowden Barrett once called Ardie, the All Blacks' most influential player, high praise from a 2-time World Rugby Player of the Year. Award-winning DNA. With his 2023 Player of the Year award and Julian's past nominations, the Saveas are the first siblings to ever be nominated for World Rugby's top honor. The rise begins. Savea's early promise saw him represent New Zealand on the International Sevens circuit. By 2013, he had joined the Hurricanes in Super Rugby, signing a 2-year deal that marked the start of his professional journey. Later that year, he toured Europe with the All Blacks, not as a player, but as an apprentice. It was a rare honor. He became the first non-playing apprentice ever selected for a senior New Zealand squad. 2015 to 2016, debut and breakthrough. In 2015, Savea made waves in the All Black 7 squad and became a regular for the Hurricanes, though injury kept him from their Super Rugby final. He stepped up as Wellington's captain after Brad Shields was sidelined, leading the Lions to the championship final, where they fell short by a single point. His full All Blacks debut came in June 2016 against Wales at Eden Park. Coming off the bench, he impressed immediately. A week later, he scored his first international try in front of his home crowd in Wellington. That year, he made 12 appearances, 10 as a substitute, and started twice in the Rugby Championship, including a memorable match against South Africa where he and his brother Julian both scored tries, the first siblings ever to do so in the same test. 2017 to 2018, growing influence. Savea lit up the 2017 Super Rugby season, scoring 6 tries and dominating opening matches. He was selected for the British and Irish Lions series, starting against Samoa and scoring twice. Although often used off the bench, his performances outshone some of the starters, prompting public debate over his role. Despite injury setbacks in 2018, he returned stronger. In the Rugby Championship, Savea shone against Argentina and South Africa, earning his first Man of the Match award. By year's end, with Sam Cane injured, he became a regular starter and was widely seen as New Zealand's most consistent performer, finishing the season as the highest try-scoring All Black forward. 2019, peak performance. The 2019 Super Rugby season saw Savea in peak form, drawing praise from legends like Josh Kronfeld and Sir Michael Jones. All Blacks teammate Beau Den Barrett hailed him as the team's most influential player. Despite Sam Cane's return from injury, Savea held his place in the starting lineup. At the Rugby World Cup in Japan, Savea started every game until injury ruled him out of the bronze medal match. He scored New Zealand's only try in their semi-final loss to England, intercepting a line-out pass. Though the All Blacks fell short, Savea's performance earned him a nomination for World Rugby Player of the Year, making him and his brother Julian the first siblings to be nominated for the prestigious honour. He capped off 2019 by winning New Zealand Rugby Player of the Year and the Kelvin R. Tremaine Memorial Award. 2023, World's Best. Years of grit, leadership, and explosive play were rewarded in October 2023, when Ardie Savea was officially named World Rugby Player of the Year. A crowning moment for a player whose heart has always matched his talent. Off the field. Ardie isn't just a rugby titan, he's a family man, entrepreneur, and mental health advocate. Married to Saskia since 2018, he's a proud father of 3. Together, the couple runs a fashion label and Ardie has recently launched a podcast, using his platform to share stories beyond the game. Honours. New Zealand National Team. Rugby World Cup 3rd place, 2019. Rugby World Cup runner-up, 2023. Individual. World Rugby Player of the Year, 2023. New Zealand Rugby Player of the Year, 2019. Kelvin R. Tremaine Memorial Player of the Year, 2019. Super Rugby Champion, 2016, Hurricanes. From backyard dreams to the world's biggest stadiums, Ardie Savea didn't just play rugby, he redefined it. And as his story continues, one thing is clear, legends aren't born, they're built. And then, destiny brought them side by side again. 2 brothers, 1 jersey. The same dream they shared as kids, now lived on the grandest stage. When they stood shoulder to shoulder in that haka line, it wasn't just about rugby. It was about family. It was about love. It was about legacy. Julian's strength inspired all. Ardie's spirit inspired belief. Together, they showed the world what family, faith, and fire can create. The Saveas didn't just play rugby, they redefined what it means to carry a name with pride. From Wellington's backyard fields to world glory. The Savea story is one of brotherhood, resilience, and legacy. 2 different flames, 1 eternal fire. Because the name Savea will always mean heart, honor, and home. You've been watching Skylight Waves, where greatness finds its voice.